Good morning, students. Today we will explore some important and interesting aspects of reflection of light in this chapter. So let's explore. First of all, we will learn about types of reflection. Students, depending on the type of reflecting surface, reflection can be of two types. First one, regular reflection, and the second one, irregular reflection or diffused reflection. Now, what is regular reflection? The type of reflection in which the parallel rays of light remain parallel after reflection is called regular reflection. Students, you can see here, these are the incident rays which are parallel to each other. When these incident rays fall on a smooth reflecting surface, after reflection, the reflected rays remain parallel to each other. So, this kind of reflection is known as regular reflection. Students, this type of reflection generally happens in a smooth polished surface like mirror. Now come to what is irregular reflection. The type of reflection in which the parallel rays of incident light do not remain parallel after the reflection is called irregular reflection or diffused reflection. Here you can see, students, the incident rays are parallel to each other. When these rays fall on a rough, uneven surface, after reflection, reflected rays are not parallel to each other. They scatter in different directions. So, this kind of reflection is known as irregular reflection or diffused reflection. Students, any rough or uneven surface like the wall, the chair, the table, these type of surfaces, the wood, any kind of wooden material, those are all rough or uneven surfaces. So, there irregular reflection takes place. Now students, what are the differences between regular reflection and irregular reflection? Can you think about it? Yes, if you can remember the definitions, you will definitely answer this question. Okay, let's see the differences. Here it is. You can see in regular reflection, the first point is it occurs if the reflecting surface is smooth. That I already told you, students. In very smooth and polished surfaces, regular reflection happens. So what will be the first point in irregular reflection? It occurs if the reflecting surface is uneven or rough, like wood, the wall, etc. Now the next point in regular reflection. If the incident beam is parallel, the reflected beam is also parallel. Student, this point you will get from the definition. So what will be in irregular reflection? Even if the incident beam is parallel, the reflected beam is scattered. We know the reflected rays are not parallel to each other in case of irregular reflection. Now the third point. This kind of reflection, that means regular reflection, creates illumination with luminous objects. Here students, you can see sun is the luminous object. From sun, light rays are coming and fall on a mirror. Students, I already told you in the first class that you might have played using mirror. Here is this game. When sun rays are coming and falling on the plane mirror, if we make the reflected rays fall on a wall, the wall will get illuminated. So, this happens due to regular reflection. Now students, you can see the third point in case of irregular reflection. This kind of reflection helps us to see things around. Students, suppose you have entered in a room which is dark. That means no light is there. Now if you switch on the light, you can see everything in the room. Why? Because light rays from the bulb or the tube falls on every object in the room and their irregular reflection takes place. That means for each and every object, reflected rays are scattering everywhere in different directions. So we can easily see everything inside the room due to irregular reflection. Okay students, let's go to next slide. Now we will do some question answers. Students, let's see how many of you can answer these questions. The first question is, if the angle of incidence is dash, the incident ray strikes the surface normally. What will be the answer, students? Think about it. Okay, let's see. Here you can see, student, in the diagram, incident ray is falling or striking the reflected surface, which is mm prime. It is the reflecting surface. Incident ray is coming and strikes the reflecting surface normally. That means it falls along the normal. So what will be the angle of incidence? Angle of incidence will be 0 degree. Why, students? The angle between the incident ray and the normal is angle of incidence. So if incident ray is falling along the normal, so angle of incidence must be 0 degree. Hope you have understood, students. Now go to next question. If the angle of incidence is 45 degree, the angle of reflection is dash. Can you recall the laws of reflection, students? Yes, definitely you can recall. According to laws of reflection, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So, if the angle of incidence is 45 degree, the angle of reflection is, yes, you are right, 45 degree. Here is the answer. Now, go to next question. If the angle between the incident ray and the reflected ray is 80 degree, the angle of reflection is dash. Students, think about the answer. I am giving you few seconds. Try to find out the answer. Have you thought? Hope you have got the answer. So let's do it. First of all, look at the picture, students. According to the question, if the angle between the incident ray and the reflected ray is 80 degree. So here is the angle, is 80 degree. So what will be the angle of reflection? Students, the angle between the incident ray and the reflected ray is actually the sum of the angle of incidence and angle of reflection. Even, students, we know angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So, if we need to find out angle of reflection, what we need to do? We need to divide the sum of the angle of incidence and angle of reflection by 2. So, sum of the angle of incidence and angle of reflection is 80 degree. So, if we divide 80 degree by 2, we will get angle of reflection, that is 40 degree. Even, students, we will not only get the angle of reflection, we will also get angle of incidence, because angle of incidence and angle of reflection, both are equal. So, the answer is the value of angle of reflection is 40 degree. Okay students, hope you have understood this. Now go to next slide. Here the question is dash reflection produces illumination. Students, in this video only you have learned this portion of the chapter. Can you get it? Yes. The right answer is regular reflection produces illumination. Now go to next question. We can see things around us due to dash reflection. What is the answer, students? You know, if you enter in a dark room and switch on the light, you can see everything in the room due to, yes, irregular reflection. So the answer is we can see things around us due to irregular or diffused reflection. Anyone you can answer. Okay students, so what we have learned today in this video? First of all, we have learnt about types of reflection. There are two types, one regular reflection, another one irregular reflection. After that, we have learnt about the definitions of regular reflection and irregular reflection. Then we have come to know about the differences between regular reflection and irregular reflection. Then we have done few question answers. Okay students, you will again do this question answers and learn the taught portion of the chapter from your textbook. Okay students, thank you.